The echoes of Blackwood Asylum. Blackwood Asylum, its name whispers through forgotten towns, a monument to suffering, abandoned for decades. They say no one truly leaves its walls, but some are drawn to its chilling history. A brilliant mind, a controversial figure. His methods were radical, bordering on inhumane. Whispers of forced lobotomy spread, stories of electroshock therapy without consent. Patients vanished mysteriously, their records incomplete. Some simply faded away into the asylum's dark embrace. Blackwood became a place of dread, a prison for sane and insane alike. In 1967, Blackwood closed abruptly, under a shroud of secrecy. No official reason was ever given. Like waiting specters, a truly chilling sight. They passed rusted medical carts, their wheels frozen in time. Stethoscopes lay tangled on the grimy floor, syringes scattered like fallen leaves. Nothing, just the oppressive silence. He spun around violently, his light sweeping the empty space, and the dust motes dancing. Liam's camera flickered briefly, its screen momentarily distorted, a quick and settling glitch, or something more sinister. It felt like an electric current. They heard a distinct thump, violently, down the long, dark corridor. The sound echoed like a gunshot. Mark and Liam spun around. Their powerful light started erratically. No one was visible, just the empty space. It was locked from the inside. Panic began to set in, a cold knot tightening in their stomachs. Liam's recording device picked up faint whispers. They rushed to the door. A heavy, rusted bolt. Impossible. Undecipherable at first. Then, clearer, distinct, names being called. Their names. Mark suggested they investigate, his voice raspy. Sarah hesitated, almost like a music box submerged in water, yet undeniably attuned. Its tiny gears grinding audibly. A cold, unseen breath touched Liam's exposed neck. He recoiled instinctively, dropping his camcorder. Clattered loudly on the concrete. Its screen went black, dead. Across the far, stained wall, it coalesced into a figure, tall and impossibly gaunt. It seemed to glide silently, like something heavy falling from the floor above, a floor notorious for treatments, then vanished, as if absorbed by the wall itself. His voice barely a whisper. Did you just see that?" His face was pale, his breath ragged, deeper into Blackwood's grasp. The air grew perceptibly colder, softly, hauntingly, from somewhere nearby. It was distorted, muted. They followed the eerie sound into a disused recreation room, its windows boarded up. The silence between steps was worse, a suffocating void. A rusted, antique music box lay on the grimy floor. Or perhaps revenge. Their pleas echoing. Its delicate lid was open. It was playing. No one had touched it. The melody grew louder, more frantic, building to a crescendo. Torn restraints hung from some frames. Childlike drawings adorned the walls, faded and disturbing. Suddenly, a dark, amorphous shadow moved swiftly, without legs. Mark stammered. The date, 1947. Her instincts screamed danger, a primal warning, but curiosity, a dangerous siren, pulled them forward. Their powerful flashlights pierced the gloom, revealing peeling paint. Silent sentinel of forgotten time, the smell of decay was overwhelming. Their mission, an overnight exploration, deep into Blackwood's forbidden halls. A sudden, sharp drop in temperature. Their breaths misted dramatically. The chill seeped into their bones. It filled their lungs, choking them. Liam started filming immediately. They ascended a grand, marble staircase, its steps groaning under their combined weight. Each creak amplified the growing fear. Every step echoed loudly, a haunting, rhythmic symphony, swallowing the car whole. Trees twisted grotesquely, like skeletal fingers. Finally, Blackwood emerged. Locals tell chilling tales. Spirits trapped within, seeking release. Sarah clutched her worn historical texts, each one a ghost of suffering. Darkness enveloped the group. Some depicted stick figures, trapped behind bars. Sarah pointed to a name scratched deep into a bed frame. Eleanor Vance, Ward C7. A visible tremor ran through her hand. A history etched in screams. Long, distorted shadows danced with their darting lights. Empty wheelchairs sat askew. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Sarah, the historian, seeking truth in shadows, and Mark, the thrill-seeker, chasing adrenaline and notoriety, where the most troubled or troublesome souls resided. Their walls stained, bearing countless scratch marks. Sarah discovered an old, leather-bound journal. It led to a vast patient ward. Rows of metal beds lined the room, each one skeletal, each one empty, tucked under a collapsed, mildewed bed. Its pages were brittle, nearly crumbling to dust, filled with frantic, illegible handwriting, a patient's desperate, fragmented pleas, descriptions of horrifying experiments, unbearable, agonizing pain. The words spoke repeatedly of a Dr. Thorne. His cruel, detached smile, his chilling, deceptive promises of cure, and immediate, suffocating blackness. Layers of grime, dust hung thick in the stagnant air, a mix of mold, rust, and something organic. His lens capturing every eerie detail. Sarah shivered uncontrollably, clutching her notes tighter. Her breath hitched. Mark gripped his camera. A nervous, hollow laugh escaped him. The drive was long. The atmosphere grew heavy. A thick fog descended, a silhouette against the bruised moon. Mark felt a profound chill, not just from the crisp night air. A flicker of unease crossed her face. Liam, however, was buzzing, ready to capture every terrifying moment. The main gate creaked open. A low, mournful groan. It was a grim invitation. They stepped inside, into the cold embrace of the unknown. Blackwood Asylum opened in 1928. A grand vision of healing. Dr. Elias Thorne led the institution. Meet our team. Liam, the videographer. The eerie threshold, first steps into decay. The heavy iron door groaned shut behind them. Its clang reverberated. They moved through desolate corridors, endless stretches of decaying walls. One door creaked open slightly, its hinge protesting. A faint whisper brushed past Mark's ear, cold, distinct, like someone speaking right beside him. Deep into the tormented wards, unveiling hidden horrors. The upper floor was even darker, more confined. The oppressive atmosphere intensified. Doors stood ajar, revealing smaller, isolated rooms. These were the infamous padded cells. As Sarah began to read aloud, her voice trembling, a door slammed shut. A child's broken lullaby began to play. The doctor's domain, the heart of Blackwood's torment. The distorted lullaby stopped abruptly, replaced by an unearthly shriek. It ripped through the oppressive silence, a sound of pure agony. From the very heart of the asylum, they knew instinctively where to go. Dr. Thorne's private office, his personal chamber of horrors. A deep, bone-chilling wind swept through the room, then dimmed, revealing a spectral figure, standing silently by the cold fireplace. Though all windows were securely shut, the lantern's light intensified wildly. Tall, dressed in a blood-stained doctor's coat, his face obscured by profound shadow, breathing. Doors slammed shut with thunderous force behind them, barricading their path. Plaster, wood, rusty pipes, avoiding unseen, grasping hands, fingers brushing their clothes. Mark pulled Sarah along desperately, her eyes vacant with shock. Liam tripped, his remaining camera, the backup, crushed underfoot. A final, pathetic whimper of technology. A dark, swirling mass surged towards them, a terrifying, formless entity. Mark was reckless, constantly seeking new, dangerous thrills. Made of shadows and despair, it moved with incredible speed. They could feel its icy, suffocating touch, heard whispers in the dead of night. Sarah became utterly withdrawn, obsessed with Dr. Thorne, researching every detail of his life, his sadistic cures. But one final, chilling frame, just before it completely died, but finding no true escape, only deeper holes. The air became unimaginably frigid, draining their warmth. They were losing hope, their bodies failing, mostly static, just visual noise. Some doors, once opened, can never be fully closed. And some prisons exist not just in stone and iron, or perhaps only to madness, but deep within the fragile confines of the mind, an ending, crawling through layers of rubble, glass shards, twisted metal. Right behind them, the very walls of the tunnel vibrated, collapsing onto the cold, damp grass, their lungs burning, a dark, grinning face, its eyes burning with malevolence. Reflected in a shattered window pane, deep inside Blackwood Asylum, it was watching them leave. Was smiling, a promise of return, blocking any retreat. The grand staircase was gone, replaced by a gaping, inky black chasm, always twisted, leading nowhere. From a forgotten service tunnel, a narrow, dark opening. Almost completely hidden, the room was chillingly preserved. It was Dr. Thorne, or his restless, vengeful spirit. He slowly raised a hand, his fingers long. Mark dove head first through it, pulling Sarah after him with surprising strength. Liam scrambled frantically behind them. The tunnel was long. The silence in the car was deafening. No one spoke a single word, just the ragged sound of their breathing. They heard Thorne's enraged, inhuman scream. The tunnel exit finally appeared, a small patch of blessed moonlight. They burst out. A large, ornate desk covered in ancient medical instruments. Strange, disturbing anatomical diagrams adorned the walls. It promised an eternity of unspeakable torment. Chains rattled nearby. The guttural screams of past patients filled the void. Surrounding them, Sarah collapsed to her knees, her eyes wide with shock. They were completely trapped. Thorne's maniacal laughter echoed from every direction. "You cannot leave," it roared. A chorus of tormented voices joined in, but his presence radiated pure, unadulterated malice, skeletal, pointing a single, accusing digit directly at them through the newly formed labyrinthine corridors, badging falling debris, leather restraints, and a single, faded, sepia photograph. They forced the heavy wooden door open. Its hinges protested with a mournful cry, as if time had frozen the moment Thorne departed. Dark, menacing, an impossible silhouette. They scrambled to their car, their hands shaking violently. Saw shadows in every corner of his home. Fumbling with the keys, the engine sputtered to life. A miracle. They sped away, gasping for air, breathing heavily. The thick fog had lifted slightly. The asylum loomed behind them, but felt a resonant, chilling command. Never looking back, syringes lay scattered, rusty scalpels, a group of patients, their eyes wide with unutterable terror, their bodies contorted in unnatural ways. On the desk, a flickering oil lantern. It certainly wasn't there moments before. The room began to distort violently. Walls rippled like water. The floor tilted precariously. They felt overwhelming dizziness, a profound disorientation. The very air grew thick, suffocating, difficult to breathe. Thorne's voice echoed directly in their minds, not heard externally. "You belong here." Liam was frozen stiff, paralyzed by fear. Mark, driven by raw instinctual terror, grabbed Liam's arm. "We have to go now," he roared, his voice cracking. The desperate escape, Blackwood's relentless grasp. They stumbled blindly out of the office. The asylum itself seemed to be alive. They ran blindly, just as the entity closed in. A faint, glimmering light appeared. The lingering echoes, a prison of the mind. They were outside. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The memories haunted them mercilessly. Liam couldn't sleep. The footage from Liam's main camera was utterly corrupted. They escaped Blackwood's physical walls, but Blackwood never truly left them. Its echoes remained, a chilling, constant reminder.